Hello, everyone here. Welcome back to Farming Simulator 25 on Pallegney, France here. And yes, you can probably tell from my voice, Evan, still getting over whatever congestion I had here a couple of weeks ago. Again, probably a little bit shorter episode here again today here. Still getting my voice back yet, Evan. I keep thinking, Evan, and I know I've said this before, I keep thinking, one of these days I'll wake up and my voice will be better. But today is still not that day yet. Again, definitely getting better here, but... Hey, taking a while. Anyway, on Pallegney, France, everyone. Just finished plowing up the fields. What was it? 70. What were they? 70 and 69. Yeah, 79. 60. Yeah, can't speak here for multiple reasons. 60 and 79 here. Got those plowed up. Also got lime on them as well. We're going to start planting them here this episode with winter wheat. And I'm hoping the two fields there will be enough winter wheat there to get us by with the pigs. We'll see how we end up there. Unfortunately, the pigs don't take oats, so I can't just plant oats across the board. They need a grain, which again, wheat or barley. I'm not sure if anything else falls under that category or not, but I know wheat and barley are the two main ones there. So anyway, bringing the plow back up, and I've already got the planter over there. When I say planter there, we're talking about the Nexat set up there. So it shouldn't take us too long to plant that field there. I mean, one good thing about the Nexat is it is a decent sized piece of equipment. Ooh, a little tippy right there. I know I mentioned it before, Evan. If the game would let me terraform it, we definitely would be. And it's kind of annoying too, Evan, because I've got the mod that is supposed to let you place and terraform anywhere, which well, in case you can't tell, it clearly does not. So yeah, looks like a good spot to park that. Usually where I put it, over here somewhere. Okay, and we should be good. Like I said, I've got the next ad already over here ready to go. Hopefully everything's still hooked up. Yeah, it looks like it actually is. I know sometimes you get in the game, everyone, and the cedar portion will be disconnected for some reason. I don't know why it does that, but we are currently in a plowed state on this field, so real life, obviously, you would never want to plant straight into a plowed field. But with the next ad here, we've got a cultivator attachment on the front of this planter, so we can do two things in one pass here. One good thing about this setup here, I guess. We are, in case you can't tell, joined by the boss baby here today as well, aka April. She's got things to say here at the moment, apparently. Most of which is throwing her toys on the ground, because clearly I have not given her the one she wants. Oh, that'll help if I'd switch crops. It'll be the first time I've done that. There we go. Okay. And let's get some steering assist going here. And we are going to set that down to, was it 13? I think it was 13 if I remember correctly. Does that look right? I think that looks pretty close anyway. Reminder here again, when it comes to the GPS here for this piece of equipment here, the Nexat, that 14 meter wide width does not seem to be necessarily correct. I'm not entirely sure what Giants was going for when it comes to that width there. If they were trying to get the tram lines in there or whatever, I'm not entirely sure. I mean, because if they're going for the tram lines, then it seems like a 15 meter wide width would probably be closer. Because that is closer to the actual width of this here. But, yeah, I don't know. Don't know what Giants was going for with that. Other than they clearly do not have the width set properly for the actual piece of equipment here. Ooh, we're spinning our tires here. Obviously, we are raining here a little bit at the moment. Normally, in real life, you probably wait for it to dry out. But don't know how long that would take. I guess we can go check the forecast here. What's the forecast say? Where's the forecast? Oh, there it is, right down here. So at 1500, it should be dry. Should be. For those who remember back in the day when Farming Simulator, where it would literally rain all day in the game. Like, oh my goodness. The plow missed a little bit over here. Also, that tree is going to have to go. Can't be having that nonsense now. Oh, there it is. Come on. I move, it shows up, and then as soon as I click to do it, it's like, nope. Oh, there we go. Okay, we'll just, space here. That works. Oh, that was gone quick. Cool. Bye-bye, tree. Yeah, I don't know why the plow missed that a little bit there. Probably there's something to do with that tree there, if I had to guess. Oh, well. And just a reminder here, by the way, and if you haven't clicked that subscribe button, don't forget to do so. Always very much appreciated. As always, if you like the videos, well, don't forget to click that thumbs up icon there as well. Really, you had to stop there. I guess we did actually get it all planted, didn't we? Okay, cool. AI drivers stop in the most inconvenient spot. With that being said, for those of you who have noticed, and for those of you who've been around my channel for quite a while, you'll probably remember that I usually always turn traffic off. I do not leave traffic on. A lot of times I will start a series with the traffic turned on, but that usually does not last real long. Maybe the first couple episodes at the most, Evan, and then that traffic is going click off. The traffic is still on the map here yet, and in fact, I think on the previous map, Evan, Hutan Pantai, there again, the map that comes with the game. I believe I left traffic on the entire time, if I remember correctly. I don't think I ever turned traffic off from what I remember. Could be wrong on that, don't quote me on that one, but from what I remember, I think I left traffic on. So, so far here for Farming Simulator 25, oh, I was afraid of that. We're going to get caught on this here, yeah. Wow, I got the cab facing to the inside of the field. You have one? There we go. But yeah, Giants has definitely changed up the way traffic behaves here in 25. Obviously, first thing I want, it is much, much faster. Don't know that I would say it's necessarily any better, maybe, but it's at least faster, right, Evan? All the other previous versions of the game, Evan, you get stuck behind the traffic in a freaking tractor. What the actual heck, right, Evan? The traffic should be moving faster than your farm equipment. So yeah, nice to see Giants has actually increased the speed here. Not entirely sure how fast traffic is going now. And actually, it looks like they are actually going different speeds too. Because you can see that red car is obviously going slower than the, I don't know, gray, silver, whatever color. Maybe, might be white. Looks like gray or silver to me from our distance here, because that one is clearly white, and that one over there, well, you can't see more, was darker from the looks of it. So traffic's a little more dynamic now. It's not just static, car puts along at 15 mile an hour. Yeah, they actually, different speeds. You definitely get traffic. You get them passing each other, which is interesting. You've seen that right there. That whitish color just passed that whitish car. Of course, that does cause problems as well, as we've seen. But yeah, it's funny too. I mean, when the traffic itself gets in traffic, shall we say, with itself, it's like, oh boy, really? I haven't even been involved with that one. Especially the roundabouts over there. That's always fun. Proof positive that the roundabouts are just no good. No good. Anyway, getting back to the subscribing and liking stuff there, everyone. Don't forget, too, if you'd like to join us on our multiplayer servers, you got a multiplayer server information down below in the description here of this video. Reminder again, anyone is welcome to join as long as you can play nicely, follow the rules. We are currently playing on Waseca County, Minnesota here on the multiplayer server. And if you'd like to catch the multiplayer content, you can find that over on Twitch. RDAllen on Twitch, by the way. Live streams here have been a little bit shorter this week, as have the videos. I've been, again, just trying to get my voice back here, which definitely feels like it's definitely getting better here today than it was here the last couple days. Which, again, it's good. Just, oh, my goodness, the length of time on whatever, again, I don't know what I had. I'm on some sort of congestion, sickness, just, yeah, mainly some sort of nose thing, that's for sure. Which, yeah, caused me to lose my voice as well, which, again, kind of weird, because I think I mentioned this here. I don't typically lose my voice. I might get a little, like, congested up with my voice, right? But I don't, like, lose it. Whereas, yeah, whatever I had this time, I like, pretty much just lost my voice. Ridiculous. I know a lot of times when it comes to head colds, head colds tend to affect everybody differently, right? You know, for me, I'm usually the head cold, sore throat, and congestion. You know, some people, you know, sore throat, they lose their voice, a little bit of congestion maybe. You know, other people hits them in the lungs. It depends on the cold, right? But I'm, again, like I said, not usually one of the ones that loses my voice as a result of a cold, though. So, yeah, very weird. Very, very weird. But anyway, on our second pass around the field, that one, looks like we going to be needing some fuel here fairly soon. See if we got enough seed here or not as well. A reminder here with this next that one holds a lot of fertilizer, as you can probably tell. Like, we got a lot of fertilizer in here. Doesn't really hold much. I mean, it holds a decent amount of seed, don't get me wrong. But, yeah, compared to the fertilizer, it seems like it should definitely hold more seed. Like, the seed to fertilizer ratio does not seem to be correct. Not sure in real life how this is all partitioned and set up, everyone, but yeah. I don't think I should probably check here. Just make sure crop destruction is turned off and stuff like that. I mean, it should be. I always turn that rubbish nonsense off. Seasonal growth, yes. Days of the month, 1. Fixed, yep, nope. Snow, got that on. Who in the right mind will leave that on? Crop destruction is off, yes. Periodic plowing on, field stones. Yeah, definitely. Maybe just real quick, for anyone that is maybe new to the game here, and you want to know how to set up your settings, Evan, this is personally what I would recommend. No, this is my recommendation, Evan, so, you know, my recommendation might not be the same as everyone else. I don't usually play with the seasons. I usually leave that where it is. Autosave, I think that's 15 minutes is the default as far as I know. I wouldn't change that for anything less. One thing to keep in mind with the autosave only works if you go to the menu. I don't know if the autosave mod is out yet or not. I really should look at one. All previous versions of the game, there was an autosave mod that fixed that glaring problem, in my opinion, Evan, where it actually forced the game to save every 15 minutes, regardless of whether you went to the menu. Because, again, just to be clear, Evan, or at least hopefully I'm clear on this, unless you go into the menu, Evan, this autosave does not work. So, yeah, don't know what Giants was smoking when they did that one, but all the games have been the same way, everyone, when it comes to Farming Simulator. Unless you go to the menu, everyone, this autosave does nothing. And, again, previous versions of the game, everyone, there was a mod that fixed that issue. Again, at least in my opinion, that is an issue, a fairly severe issue. Anyway, going down to crops and growth oven, that's where I usually like to make the changes. Crop destruction, turn it off. It is ridiculous. Like, crop destruction shouldn't really exist the way it exists. I mean, I get it. Like, you drive your combines on crops, it's going to destroy them. Just don't do it. But some of the other stuff that happens in the game, like, no, you just turn that stupidity off. Periodic plowing, that's kind of up to you if you want to plow or not. I always turn it on, so that way it gives us something to do as far as tillage, right? Field stones. Nobody, and I mean nobody in their right mind should turn this on. Ever. Ever. Like, I don't think this is even my opinion at this point. I mean, like, the field stones, this should not exist. This should be turned off, left off, never turned on, forever deleted. Don't ever even think about turning this on. You will regret your life choices till the day you die if you turn this on. Okay, maybe I'm a little harsh on that, but that's pretty much how bad field stones are. I mean, like, field stones, turn it off, leave it off, never turn it on. Don't ever even think about turning it on. Yeah, anyway. Yeah, lime, I always leave that on. Weeds, I'll leave that on. Disaster destruction. I did actually switch to visuals only. This is probably another one where, like, Giants was so close to having a good thing here with this. When it came to disaster destruction, I don't actually mind the disaster destruction of one. What I extremely mind is the fact that it destroys the field. So you, like, literally have to go over there with a plow and, like, plow that area of the field to get it back to, like, okay, destroy the crop. That is fine. I have no problem with that. I actually like that. That is good. But don't destroy the field. Like, the field integrity, yeah, annoys the ever-living, what she said, Evan, what she said, you know, to do some crying and whining about it. Anyway, okay, better get back out of the menu because, yeah. Anyway. Rubbish nonsense in there. One moment while I cough up a lung here a minute. Always good when you got a couple lungs to cough up there, right, everyone? I think she's voicing her opinion on field stones and crop destruction. Well, actually, destruction from the storms, right? Never know. Maybe we'll get lucky. Maybe some mod author will fix that problem for us. And we can actually leave the destruction on from the storms. Again, hopefully I'm clear enough on that. I do not mind the destruction from the storms. I actually like it. What I cannot stand in any way, shape, or form is that it actually, like, destroys the field. And I don't know if we actually have any examples of this. I've had this off for a while now, so probably... Oh, actually, you know what? Yeah, okay, we're good for a minute here. Go look over at field 36, Evan. This is probably crop destruction here. I haven't had it off that long. I think it's just been like this year in the game, so the last few episodes I finally got sick of this happening. So this, you know, it destroyed the crop, right? No problem with that. What it has also done, Evan, is it has destroyed this field. So the only way I can get these areas of the field back, Evan, is I'm going to have to go over here with heavy tillage, plow, and replow those areas of the field so we can actually replant them. You know, if I could just run over that with the planter and it's replanted, I have no problem with that one. That's fine. But unfortunately, that's not the way it works here. At least that's not the way it did. Unless maybe Giants has changed. Probably they haven't. I doubt it. I say maybe they've seen the severe errors of their ways and fixed that, but I doubt it. If they have, let me know of one. Speaking of which, there was a patch. Was it patch 1.9? It was patch 1.9 that was released here a while back while I was out being sick there. Also, while I was out being sick, Evan, we also got the Prairies and Plains DLC. For those of you who have not seen that, I'm liking the looks of that DLC, Evan. That looks like it's going to be probably my favorite DLC so far. No offense against the next DLC here. Don't get me wrong, I'm a cool DLC. Folks are thinking about getting it. Go for it. It's a cool piece of equipment. Is it a practical piece of equipment? Yeah, I don't know if I'd go that far, Evan. I don't know that this is a practical piece of equipment. One thing maybe to keep in mind, too, is the harvesting part of this atrocity does not work real well. At least with the... Is it Gearinghoff? Let me go check in real quick on what head do we have here again. Yeah, okay, so the Gearinghoff Draper head here, the grain table, did not work for us, Evan. It was really, really, really bad. Like, it was skipping and missing like 90% of the crop. The McDon, which you can see that's the one we have at the moment. The McDon seems to work pretty good. I don't think we had any issues with that as far as I know. So maybe just something to keep in mind there, Evan. The McDon seems to work. The Gearinghoff, solid no. Unless maybe Giants has fixed it, but... I'm handing the boss baby here another toy, and she's giving me the side eye like, really? You're going to try to bribe me with that toy, huh? Oh, maybe. She seems interested. It's like, okay, maybe I'll play with this. Yeah, the boss baby here is definitely getting older, and you can start to see some of her personality showing up, right? You know, obviously when they're first babies, Evan, yeah, I would say probably not really like a whole lot of personality there sometimes, right? They just cry, eat, sleep, and poop, right? Start getting a little old, that's when you start seeing their personality. You know, they start throwing their toys away. They don't, like, nope, done with it. Starts giving you the side eye. I better get used to that, right? Yep, better get used to it. I think we are going to need some more wheat seed, everyone. I was thinking maybe that'd be enough to plant this, but now I'm looking at that number. There's no way that's going to be enough to plant this field, everyone. Well, anyway, let's load up some comments here a moment, everyone. See what you folks. Actually, you know what? I think it's been a couple episodes. Actually, I think it's been a couple weeks, everyone, since I've read any comments here. So, yeah, let's see what we got for some comments. Get these loaded up. If I remember how to load this here again. There we go. I click so many buttons now. Used to be, I think with the YouTube app, it was like 2 or 3 clicks you could get to it. Now you got to click this, click that, click the view more, click the. Like, oh my goodness. I thought we were supposed to be making things better here, but apparently not. Let's see. Starting off with the first comment here from Dustin. Dustin was saying, good video. Hey, thank you very much for that. A reminder again, always enjoy reading all your comments, everyone. So if you got something to say, throw it down below. Christopher was saying, by the way, make sure your vehicles have gas in it. Wow, no way, really? Is that actually important? Actually got to have gas in your vehicles, huh? That's a good one. Yeah, very good point. Very good point. Especially looking at the next ad here, because, like, a little low, Evan. Actually, not even sure. How much gas does this thing hold here? Oh, I don't actually have anything that says anywhere, does it? I think there's probably a mod that actually tells you, like, hey, it holds 1,000 liters or whatever this thing holds. I'm not sure, but I have to imagine this thing probably holds a decent amount of fuel. If I can even get this thing into the fuel station. Oh, boy. That might be a challenge, Evan. That's probably maybe one of the bigger challenges with this piece of equipment, Evan. Getting around with this thing, like, oh my goodness. I mean, you folks have seen it. Like, I cannot get around the roundabout that is on this map. Actually, I think there's a couple roundabouts, but the main one there, kind of by our farm there, like, yeah, you can't not get around that hardly. You got to go around the wrong areas, so to speak. And you got to hope no traffic is coming, because if any traffic is coming, then you're not going to get around it. Christopher was also saying, good video, keep it up. Thank you very much for that. Hetro was saying, I've seen that Nexat thing in the video that was in the USA. Hope the farmers are not going to buy them. It'll be interesting. That is for sure. I mean, it will be interesting if, yeah. Even in the U.S., I mean, like, obviously in the U.S., I would say our roads are much larger. We've got a lot more space on our roads. Again, at least around where I live, Evan, the farmer's going down the road with his 45-foot head on the front of the combine. He didn't bother taking it off. That's probably not something you're going to get away with in Europe. But, in America here, as long as you're not going probably a crazy distance, you're going a mile down the road to the next field, leave the header on, and away you go. Hetro saying, hope you're feeling better. Getting there. Getting there very, very slowly there, Hetro. Oh, my goodness, that is for sure. Fan Forever was saying, glad Randy's better. Yes, like I said, glad I'm feeling better, too. Getting my voice back is probably taking the longest here. I think I mentioned this already, but the first week was pretty rough. Second week wasn't too bad. Again, if I would have had my voice, I probably could have recorded videos last week, too, but no voice, so kind of hard to make a video like this with no voice, right? Dustin was also saying, good video. Glad you feel better. Thank you very much for that. Well, I think what we're going to do, I'm going to work around and probably finish up this headland pass here, and then we'll probably wrap it up here for this video. Actually, I think it'll be one of the longer videos I've actually recorded this week here, looking at the time. Proof positive there. Hopefully that, like I said, my voice is, it's getting there, but it's not 100% yet, obviously, but it's getting there. Okay, like I said, we'll finish this last pass. I'm going to better wrap it up. Yeah, the boss here's letting me know it's time to wrap it up here as well. He's like, you're going to feed me, right? Oh, probably would help if we would lower this down here. Okay, let's try that again. There we go. Lower down, locked on. Actually, speaking of locking on, I don't think I've actually had any issues with the GPS locking on here as far as the steering assist is concerned. So I wonder if Giants has maybe fixed some of that here with the patch 1.9. Otherwise, that was always one of the things I always complained about when it came to this Nexat. When you lock on your steering assist, and a lot of times it liked to turn itself off. But didn't actually have any problems with that here this episode. It's I'm thinking, I don't think any problems with the last episode as well. So with that, thanks for watching. If you folks have any comments or questions, be sure to leave them down below. And as always, thanks for watching. Till next time.